Okay, Beata, you can start.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's really amazing to be labeled as outstanding. I'm very honored to be invited to give a short presentation of my experience as regards managing an employers organization, but also I would like to dwell on my expertise as a career consultant, business mentor, and I hope this presentation will show a little bit of a light on what the industry is expecting from future graduates. I come from a very modest background, and my expertise lies in first of all in higher education. For 20 years I've been working in higher education, basically with educational startups. I also worked as a career management consultant and trainer. Therefore, I gathered experience which hopefully will help you to see what is important for business and how you can navigate your careers and how you can build your programs in order to cater for employers' needs. First of all, I introduced my organization. For 5 years, I've been working for Polish Copper Employers Association, which was established by KGHM Polish Copper. And in the beginning was to cater for the managers' needs of this capital group. However, from 1997, we started to invite SMEs, local governments, and small and medium-sized businesses to ensure that they are profiting from the expertise of a big copper conglomerate in the region. As an organization, we also we are members of the 2 Polish organizations working to ensure that the Polish law is business friendly. At the moment, we have about 122 members. Out of them, 44 represent industrial companies. 15 companies represent business services, and we've got 24 municipal and public sector companies, 4 SMEs, as well as 4 members of academia. The sectors that we that represent our member organization is mining, metallurgy, industrial processing, transport, research, trade, tourism, health sector, financial, etc. So 11 members belong to KGHM and its divisions. 24 members is KGHM's capital group. 24 local government units and municipal companies, and medium-sized enterprises cater for 63 of our members. That allows us to build some sort of a micro ecosystem, which where we feel very responsible for how our member companies develop. Now, as you might have noticed, many of our organizations are related to mining and copper smelting and metallurgical sector. Therefore, we have very close insights for as regards what this industry sector needs. Previous speakers talked about challenges that have been the mining organizations, mining companies have been facing since the COVID 19 and due to digital transformation, and obviously we can notice that as well, many of our companies needed to change the way they operate. Okay, many organizations mechanize their operations. They started using robots, they started using sensors, they started to use hybrid work, which was very much or to a large extent unknown to the mining sector. A shift in how organizations started to work also changed the paradigms that the leaders had to follow, from being very compliance and performance based to those focusing on collaborative and system-driven capabilities. What it means for the mining sector is mining sector very efficient in implementing the changes. I would say this is one of the most mining sector is one of the most modernized and let's say environmentally friendly businesses. Mining is very much is very regulated. Therefore, in terms of how mining operations work in Europe, we can be very proud of what we have achieved. However, as it has been said, technical skills are taken very much for granted. Programs which involve both academia as well as companies and industry organizations have a chance of building a set of expertise that is relevant for future employers. Now, I mean, we can refer to well-known reports such as, for example, Top Skills of 2025, which was published by World Economic Forum, which I'm going to quote. As you can see, many of the skills, such as analytical skills, problem solving, critical thinking and analysis, creativity and originality and initiative, as well as reasoning, problem solving and ideation. Those skills are very much related to problem solving. Some others of the top skills are related to self-management, and others are related to working with people. So if we look at the set of skills, we can see that only 2 of them are related to technical skills. So the conclusion is that technical skills or let's say industry-related skills are very much taken for granted. We basically assume that if you graduated as engineer, your skills related to engineering knowledge and expertise are taken for granted. What differentiates good engineers for, let's say, mediocre engineers is their ability to work in teams, to embrace change, and to operate and cooperate with a different type of stakeholders. When I looked at a MEITIM project and what is offered to engineers in your program are related to the so-called soft skills or entrepreneurship, which are also extremely in demand on the market. Let me quote Charles Darwin. It's not the strongest of the species that survives, not the most intelligent that survives. It's the one that the most adaptable to change, that lives with the means available and works cooperatively against common threats. I mean, there's not much to add. In order for students to succeed, we need to take into consideration the following factors. We need to be able to teach our students self-awareness. I mean, in our programs, the majority of our courses that we deliver to member organizations are related to the so-called soft skills. But first of all, in order to harness soft skills, you need to be able to say who you are. Therefore, I mean, a lot of engineers need to be prepared, or future engineers, not just in mining industry, but in any industry, should understand and should be prepared to know who they are, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, and how to manage those default settings in order to profit yourself and also your organizations. There are a lot of tools available on the market, like Extended Disk, Insights, Gallup Talent, whatever sensitizes your students to well, find out, to whatever sensitizes them to know who they are, is a good way forward. Secondly, mining engineers will need to know how to communicate, not just orally, but also in writing. Moreover, they will have to communicate with a variety of stakeholders. Therefore, they have to understand that they need to communicate not only with themselves, but also and foremostly with non-engineering professionals. They need to know how to get their message across in order to be understood, because this is their future, okay? Well, we all know that technology changes, but their own learning is their responsibility. What they learn in your courses, and I'm sure you deliver as a state-of-the-art knowledge to your students, is going to change. Maybe in 6 months' time, the knowledge that they learned will no longer be valid. Therefore, we have to ensure that our graduates are going to learn forever, because this is what is going to make them successful. I'm bringing to your attention again a list of skills needed for engineers to succeed, which I have taken from Indeed, which is a well-known job board. When you look at it, the majority of skills, such as trustworthiness, communication, self-confidence, assertiveness, empathy, inquisitiveness, and team spirit, all those skills could be labeled as soft skills. Okay, so therefore the value of incorporating soft skills training is absolutely key to your graduate success. With 25 years of experience, I can only say that with hundreds of hours of training, webinars, seminars delivered in 24 years, we are very confident that the value of incorporating well, soft skills training into management courses or engineering courses is absolutely vital to ensure that the graduates who are going to enter the job market or who are in jobs at the moment will be valuable to their employers. I mean, mining industry is a little bit difficult to change because it's got a reputation of being old-fashioned with top-down management culture. Therefore, one of the ways of changing this culture is to ensure that young graduates will be able to work well in a different way, that they will be able to work both with fellow engineers, but also with their bosses, and also will be able to get their message across to a wider audience, that they will be sensitized to the value that their work brings to the whole environment. Managers for future mining industry therefore need to be equipped with both technical and soft skills. And well, because we need them and we expect that they will be able to rethink how the mining business works and change this top-down management culture into a more collaborative model. One of the ways which we are very proud to utilize is involving mature professionals from our environment to ensure that young graduates or aspiring managers are getting. For 4 years now, we've been running a mentoring program where we sort of pair young professionals with mature professionals so that they will be able to benefit from their knowledge and expertise. And we hope that these well-prepared young managers will be able to foster a culture of innovation and will be advocates of sustainable mining. At the moment, we have had 75 alumni of our mentoring program, and I would strongly recommend using and utilizing new technology to employ professionals who oftentimes do it for free, and to prepare your students for entering the job market very confident, with new skills and with the aspiration to change the mining sector. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope we'll be in touch. Do not hesitate to connect with me on LinkedIn or by email. Thank you very much.